welcome to another pen video from me, Penultimate Dave. So I have here another pen unboxing for review, and this is a little bit strange because this doesn't happen all that often, but when I first saw this pen launched by Montblanc, I actually said to a bunch of friends that, yeah, I don't like it. I don't like the clip. I don't know. It just doesn't look right to me. But then, when I realised it was a Montblanc 149 size, I decided I would buy this pen. And I am so glad that I bought this pen. So this, as you can see, is a Montblanc. And it is the Jane Austen pen. Jane Austen was a UK author. It's the Writer's Edition there. Writer's Edition, homage to Jane Austen Limited Edition. Comes in this lovely box set or book, essentially, which you can see there. And this one, I've actually got the details of the pen. But if I unbox this pen here, it comes in this inner box, and it says again Montblanc Jane Austen. And if I open this up, you'll see it comes. And this is typically the same with all writers' editions. It comes with a booklet, and it details about Jane Austen, about the pen. There you go, Jane Austen herself, an author of sharp intellect and subtle humour. And she actually wrote Pride and Prejudice as well. So, and obviously that there's been many adaptations for that. And you can see there that pen and that clip. And I just want to actually say, it's a contrasting grey-blue cap, referencing the type of a double-collared Regency coat typically worn by gentlemen, such as Mr. Darcy in Pride and Prejudice. Gold-coated rings on the barrel and platinum-plated fittings add finishing touches to the design. And the clip, I'm just trying to find where that says there. You've also got sandstone grey resin barrel. You also have an engraving of the Roman numerals XL III on the cap ring. And that's a reference to the chapter of the novel in which Elizabeth Bennet sees Mr. Darcy's estate for the first time. And this is an interesting pen for sure. And I think it was the clip was supposed to denote a drawstring bag where ladies of that era used to put a sort of like a handkerchief or other things in that pouch as well. So rather interesting. So you get that booklet, you get that with all Montblanc Writers Editions, and then if I lift this up, you will see the pen there. And this, if I remove that, you will see this is a beautiful pen. So I'll zoom in a little bit here, and you can see that here it really is a striking pen. So on the top here you can see an inscription there as well, and I'm just trying to read this on camera. It's by a lady, and there you can see by a lady, and you've got the Montblanc star there as well, and then you've got this drawstring bag kind of rope, which looks basically or is a functional clip. And then you've got this grey sort of stepped coat that gentlemen would wear. And then you have on here, it says XL III, and then just really a whole load of sort of, I don't know what that is, if it's leaves or what it is, but and then you have Jane Austen down here on the barrel inscribed. You can see how new this is because I still have the M sticker on the piston knob. Now I have filled this up. This cap is really, really weighty. This, I'll show you when I do the weight of this. This really is, I want to say, more than the weight of the pen. It comes with a number 6 size Montblanc nib, and you've got the silhouette of Jane Austen there on the nib with an ABS plastic feed, and there's quite a lot of ink there actually. I might have to dab that off before I start writing with it. But this is a decent size in my hand. Like most Montblanc Writer's Editions, it's not going to post. So if you have large hands or you have to post your cap, then this will not be the pen for you, unfortunately. The section, it's really hot here today. It's 32 degrees centigrade. And I'm recording a number of videos here in my studio lights, and I am sweating like mad. But the section here is not slippery. And that is what I was trying to get to, which I took a little bit too long to get to. But this really is a beautiful pen. Really, really glad that I bought this. I bought this on eBay from a seller in Sicily, in Italy. And I wouldn't normally do that. I did get stung by import tax as well, which I thought I would, but I already calculated that into the price, and it was cheaper than buying it from Montblanc direct or from, it was about 20%, I think, cheaper than buying it from other retailers as well. So I decided to do that for once, and I did get stung on, obviously, the import duty, but it still made it a decent price for me. So I think with that, let's do a size check, we'll do a weight check, we'll do a pen comparison, and then we'll do a writing sample. So the full length of this pen, we are looking, I want to say close to 150. I think it's about 147 millimeters in length. The length of the cap, we are looking at, and I just want to see, yeah, it's about middle of that silver. So the length of the cap, we are looking about 63 millimeters in length. So the cap is not too short, but not too long. And then the length of the body, we're looking at about 132 millimeters. So I always say 132 millimeters is an oversized pen. And I think you can see in the size of my hand there that that is a decent size. If you're holding it down here on the section, if you want to hold it up here on the threads, yes, it's getting a little bit more shorter, but typically most people would hold it on the section there. Obviously, if you held it on the body, then yes, you kind of would want to post that cap, and it's not designed to do so. So I think with that, let's do a weight check. Now, this pen is inked up. It is a piston filling pen like most Montblancs, but look at this. The weight of the whole of that pen is just under 75 grams in weight. Now, I did say that the most of the weight is in that cap. And we've got just over 41 grams in weight on the cap, and we've got about 33.5 grams for the body. So that is, it's a decent weight body for sure, but that cap really weighs a lot. And holding it here, it just wants to nosedive. I can easily see somebody dropping this and it going head down on that cap. So like you can see that, like if I just lift my thumb up a little bit, it really is cap heavy. So you do have to be careful of that. But this pen really, really is gorgeous, and I'm so glad I got this. The reason why I denied initially was there are Jane Austen pens, like a Noto do one. They just come up with another one recently, but they're all small pens, and I like larger pens, and I thought that this was going to be a small pen until I saw a comparison with a Montblanc 149, and then I realised just how nice a size this pen was. And that was partly what actually caused me to buy this pen. Also, actually, that clip really is starting to grow on me, and I actually really do like the look of that clip. Yes, it's unconventional. Yes, it's not maybe as functional as a normal clip would be, but it's an interesting clip, especially seeing as the pen is to denote Jane Austen. So I think with that, let's do a comparison with other pens. So from left to right, we have a Parker Duofold Centennial Godwin in gold, a Parker Duofold Centennial Godwin in silver. We have a Montblanc Writer's Edition Le Petit Prince Aviator Solitaire Douai. We have a Montblanc Writer's Edition Brothers Grimm. We have a Montblanc Writer's Edition Sir Arthur Conan Doyle 1902 edition. We have a Montblanc, and this is a Writer's Edition, Jane Austen. We have a Montblanc Writer's Edition, and this is the Jules Verne. We have a Montblanc Writer's Edition, and this is the Robert Louis Stevenson. We have a Magna Carta Mag 600 in the Azure, and we have a Noto University of Oxford. So I think let's now go and do a writing sample. So this is the Montblanc, and just going to double check. Yeah, it should be fine. I'm actually leaving sweat marks on the page here because I might actually need to do a paper guard here because it's so warm. It's 32 degrees here. So this is a Montblanc, and it's the Writer's Edition, and it's the Jane Austen, because my hand is sticking to this paper. It's a medium, and it's an 18 karat gold nib, and this nib writes beautifully. Now the ink in here is Pilot Iroshizuku Ajise. Now I was going to buy the Montblanc Writer's Edition Jane Austen ink, but then I saw it was more of a blackish grey. I decided against it. I did kind of want the Diatramentis Jane Austen, which is a nice green, but I couldn't get it anywhere. So I decided, because this really is a bluish grey cap, that I thought I would go with this more lavender or forget-me-not blue ink from Pilot Iroshizuku in the Ajise. Now, in terms of line variation, you're definitely getting a Western medium. I can push it a little bit more and maybe get a broad out of it. But you can see there, figure of eights. There's no hard starts or skips. This pen just writes beautifully. Now, if I do an ink swatch here, just see how wet this pen writes. It writes quite wet. It's not a fire hose of a pen, but it still is a wet writing pen. So, what do I like, what do I not like about this pen? Well, clearly, when it came out, I didn't like a lot about this pen, strangely enough. But after seeing it and seeing a comparison against a Montblanc 149, I kind of changed my mind about it. I didn't like the clip so much, but I thought it was more decorative than a functional clip. But then again, I don't use clips, so I typically do not use pen clips. So for me, that kind of went by the wayside, and I decided to buy it. I found it for a good price, and I decided to pull the trigger, buy it. It took me about a week to get it from Sicily, but I'm really glad I did, and I will probably buy it from, or buy another pen from that vendor. They wrapped it up beautifully. I will probably remove the M sticker. I typically do remove that off of most of my Montblancs. I don't typically keep that on there. I know if it's a medium or a broad anyway. I know some people leave it on there, but I think ultimately they will come off over time. What do I dislike about the pen? There's really nothing I dislike about this pen. It's a beautiful pen. Glad that I've added it to my collection. And it's just cementing a few more Montblancs that I now have, and in the Writer's Edition, and going down that rabbit hole, which I really do not want to be going down, but I'm glad that I picked this one up. So there you have it. That's my unboxing and review of the Montblanc Writer's Edition Jane Austen in a medium 18 karat gold nib. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next pen video. Bye bye.